Good evening. KVCC faculty would like to welcome you to the class of 2024 pinning ceremony. And the grads are going to come in, and then I will have them seated. So grads, if you're ready. You may be seated. Karen Normandin, president of KVCC, has a few words for you.
Thank you, Anne. Good evening, everyone. It is such an honor and a pleasure to be here this evening with you as you share in the festivities of your pinning ceremony. Tonight marks the completion of your formal training, if you will, and the beginning of your career as a nurse. You've reached it on strong perseverance, lots of determination, and an extremely strong network of support. So tonight, to our graduates, I'd like to say is congratulations to you on behalf of the KVCC learning community. We want to let you know how proud we are of you and how wonderful the occasion is. To your family and friends, I want to say a deepest thank you. Your graduates would not be here tonight were it not for the support and the love and the guidance that you've given them through these couple of years of preparation. To your faculty, you have been trained by the best. They have shared with you their skill and their knowledge, and you are ready now to go out into the work world. You are leaving a program that is held in high esteem throughout the entire healthcare community. So know that you are leaving here with the tools that you need to be very successful. So congratulations to all of you. Welcome. Have a wonderful evening. And to our graduates, I will see you on Saturday. Okay? Have a good evening.
Thank you, President Normandin. Christina LaChance, department chair, has some words for you as well.
Good evening. I promise, graduates, I don't have a lot of words. I know you've heard a lot from me in the last couple of years, so I will be brief. So good evening, esteemed faculty and administration, proud family members and friends, and most importantly, our exceptional nursing graduates. It's my privilege as the chair of the nursing department to stand before you on this momentous occasion of your pinning ceremony. Today marks the culmination of years of tremendous hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment to your nursing education and to the nursing profession. As you receive your nursing pins this evening, know that they symbolize not just your academic achievement, but also your entry into a noble profession, one defined by compassion, empathy, and a relentless pursuit of excellence in patient care. As you embark on this next chapter of your nursing journey, remember the lessons learned here in the KVCC nursing program and the values that brought you here. Integrity, courage, and a deep sense of responsibility to those in your care. Wear your pin proudly as a badge of honor and a constant reminder of the trust bestowed upon you by your patients and your colleagues. May your futures be bright, your hearts full, and your hands steady as you go into the world to continue to make a difference in the lives of others. Congratulations, KVCC Nursing Class of 2024.
Thank you, Christina. The class's first student speaker is Cassandra Chase, and it's my pleasure to introduce her. Cassie received an associate's degree in advanced emergency care from KVCC in 2012 and has worked in the EMS in Central Maine for 15 years. She lives in Clinton with her husband Brad and her daughter Kaylin. Cassie has the ability to make the hardest days more bearable. She brought laughter to the classroom every day. With her experience and humor, she made an outstanding mentor to the first-year students in her clinical groups. Her integrity, compassion, and commitment to standards of care will make her a wonderful addition to the profession of nursing. Let's welcome Cassie.
Good evening, everybody. Like Ann said, my name is Cassandra Chase. I've been chosen by my classmates to speak to you tonight for some reason. I believe it's some sort of form of punishment for all the bad jokes I've told over the last 2 years. I would like to thank all the friends and family who are present here tonight and those tuning in at home. You're all obviously considered VIPs to us, otherwise we would have lied to you if you asked us where we were tonight. I would like to thank our faculty for your encouragement and patience during our time with you. I'm sure if you could get paid for every email we sent you, you'd be millionaires. The continued success and recognition of this program shows your dedication to the nursing profession and its future, so thank you. To my classmates, my friends, we did it. I'm proud of each and every one of you for making it to this moment. Your determination and perseverance is nothing short of amazing, and you deserve every bit of this. When I was asked to write this speech, I had no idea what I wanted or needed to say. I struggled with trying to come up with something meaningful and impactful, like you see in the movies. I thought maybe I could quote a bunch of famous people or famous speeches, but they didn't go through what we just went through. It wasn't until after our last exam, when I was sitting on the stairs talking about the pressure I felt to come up with a speech, did a classmate whose face, just like the solar eclipse, I too have only seen twice in my life, Mr. Jordan Mitchell. 3, said to me, just speak from the heart. When I came into this program, I had already been most of the way through a nursing program once before, right out of high school. But unfortunately, I was young, far away from home, and didn't take it as seriously as I should have, and I failed. After that, I felt an overwhelming sense of guilt and shame for failing, and I felt as though I let everyone down, and I hated myself for it. Eventually, though, I found my way to a career in EMS, which I've enjoyed over the last 15 years. But not finishing nursing school was always in the back of my mind, unfinished business, if you will. When I decided to go back to school at the ripe old age of 35, it seemed a little crazy. I thought for sure I'd be the oldest hag in the place, but turns out I wasn't, and I met some other cool hags in the process. So why am I telling you about being a failure? Well, it's because I want you to know that even though you may fear the unknown and be afraid of failing, don't let that fear hold you back. Don't let fear discourage you from getting what you want. Had I not failed almost 20 years ago, I would not be here now speaking to you. I would not be part of this amazing team of classmates and made friends that some people won't have the honor of having in their lifetime. I would have missed learning about the record-breaking number of times corn goes to McDonald's each week, and missed laughing when catching the side eye of a fellow classmate. I would not have learned 16 different ways to ask the same question in shadow health, or have had to Google what the heck constitutional health is. And I would also not have to come to the realization of how much I truly hate the letters A, T, and I. I want to leave you with what I do best, which is good old non-therapeutic communication in the form of advice. Believe in yourself. There's always going to be times in this job that you will second-guess yourself and the choices you make. Believe me, I've done that more times than I can remember. Stay true to you, your morals, and your values, and have confidence in your abilities. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. Embrace your mistakes. We all make them, it's inevitable. But own them, learn from them, and remember that failing does not make you a failure. Find your voice. It took me a long time to find mine. But believe me, the moment you stop caring about what other people think of you and learn to stand up for yourself, the better off you'll be. Don't stress about the things you can't change, but be proactive about the things you can. Sometimes it's the smallest things you do that can have the greatest impact. Take your time, and I don't just mean go slow. I mean take time for yourself. All of us chose this profession because we want to help people and make a difference in people's lives, but we often forget to help ourselves. You will see the best and the worst of people doing this job and see situations you wish you could change and can't, or wish you could forget altogether. And it will get the best of you if you let it. It's okay not to be okay and fall apart sometimes. Tacos fall apart all the time and we still love them. Take time for yourself. There will always be patients to care for and there will always be work to be done. But you have to be the best version of yourself to help others do the same. Every great story has its end, and our time together is coming to a close. We have shared many laughs and countless mental breakdowns, celebrated each other's triumphs, and supported each other through our toughest moments. I'm excited to see where our nursing journeys take us, and whether you stay in this profession until you retire with back problems and a bunion the size of a ham, or you find yourself in a more lucrative line of work, like selling feet pics online, because let's be honest, we've all thought about it. We will always be a team. We will always be the KVCC nursing class of 2024. Good luck, everyone, and my Conazole powder be with you. Thank you.
True to her introduction, Cassie made you laugh. Okay. The next speaker is Bree Frokeen. Bree has enthusiastically shared her journey into healthcare with us at KVCC. She's a woman of many passions and dedicates herself fully. She's a mother of 3 beautiful children and is an accomplished seamstress and crafter. Bree has been a help and a mentor to many of her fellow students. Her passion for women's health led her to pursue a career as an RN, and she will take that passion and advocate for all of her future patients. We are proud to choose her as our nominee for KVCC Student of the Year. Let's welcome Bree.
Am I talking into the mic, Dad? In his 1908 book, Rites of Passage, ethnographer Arnold V. Knepp coined the idea of liminal space as a time in between two important events, a proverbial hallway. This concept is often associated with a feeling of disorientation and anxious anticipation. This is where we find ourselves today, simultaneously relieved to have completed the difficult task behind us, and no doubt experiencing a jumble of emotions about our unknown future ahead. Let's focus on a positive aspect of this strange moment we find ourselves in. It's the second part of that phrase, liminal space, that I want to draw your attention to. The space. It's been a while since we've had that. And many of us are eager to fill it with the things we've missed out on, like time with loved ones or naps. I think there's an opportunity provided to us here. We cannot control all that we carry with us through the door at the end of this hallway, but we do get to create the nurse that steps out on the other side. They don't exist yet and are a creature wholly of our invention, animated by the principles and practices of our choosing. The principles and practices I aspire to are grit, gentleness, moral courage, unconditional positive regard, and authentic leadership. In thinking about these, my mind is invariably drawn to the times when I've seen them in action. Just as certain disease processes were used as exemplars in our lecture to illustrate larger concepts, I'm going to call upon times when members of our cohort have exemplified these values. We can expect the first few years of practice to be filled with challenges. The learning pit is a hard place to find oneself, though we are all familiar with it now. Pulling ourselves out is going to require resilience and grit. My exemplar for grit is Jordan. Over the past few months, I've had the privilege of getting to know him better while we studied for our last few exams. Throughout this stressful time, when everything was on the line, Jordan was able to maintain optimism, determination, and a not inconsiderable amount of humor. The next attribute I want to highlight is gentleness. To me, gentleness in nursing not only refers to physical care, but the environment one fosters with their presence. I want to be the kind of nurse that creates a safe harbor for my patients in a stressful, overstimulating place. My exemplar for gentleness is Corin. I was lucky enough to share my last med-surg rotation with her. Any of you who have had clinical with her know she's tireless, speed walking around the unit, always saying yes to anyone's ask for help, and often anticipating the needs of patients, staff, and peers alike. She's always busy, but her patients would never know that. Many times, amidst a busy day with many tasks waiting, I watch Corin make a small bubble of calm around her and her patient while she engaged in care or conversation. On one occasion, we were performing post-mortem care, a task she had completed no doubt countless times. It was the solemnity, humanity, and gentleness with which she cared for the patient, even in death, that will stay with me. Many times in this program, we've discussed patient advocacy as central to ethical nursing practice. However, being an advocate requires the presence of a more essential feature, moral courage. Acting with moral courage means maintaining your commitment to ethical practice in the face of danger and risk. My exemplar for moral courage is Lindsay. Being a student nurse is a very unique role. On one hand, we have little to no experience. On the other, we're spending every day immersed in the latest evidence-based practice. I'm sure all of us heard or saw something in one of our rotations that we knew to be at odds with best practice. Speaking up from a place of such vulnerability, a student and a guest on the unit, takes a profound amount of moral courage. I was in post-conference the day Lindsay recounted a situation where, despite her feelings of insecurity and trepidation, she persisted in questioning an order, and because of that, she was able to secure a better outcome for her patient. What Lindsay's example taught me was not to expect advocacy to be easy or comfortable. Especially early in our practice, in the absence of confidence, we will have to lean on courage. By this time, we've all had a patient who may have had a challenging personality, opinions or beliefs we found objectionable, or maybe they acted in a rude or unkind way. These are the times we need to ask ourselves, what would Therese do? Showing unconditional positive regard may be the hardest in these situations, but also these are when it's most critical. Gene Watson, author of The Theory of Human Caring, says that maybe this one moment with this one person is the reason we're here on earth at this time. Perhaps the most healing thing that you can do for that difficult patient is invest in a genuine connection. Early in our clinical experience, there was a patient on the unit who had a reputation among the staff. They would roll their eyes and play, "Not it," when the patient rang the bell. My first time in this patient's room was with Audra. We were helping the patient get changed, and Audra was carrying on a conversation, asking questions, and working with the patient to find a position where she could be comfortable. I remember leaving the room and thinking, I don't get the staff's fuss. The patient seemed perfectly nice. Looking back, I know that it was the way Audra treated her, without judgment, with humanity and compassion, that facilitated the success of that encounter. What I take away from that moment is that showing unconditional positive regard is not just for the benefit of the patient. Maybe it makes our day better too. Lastly, I want to talk about authentic leadership. This is the attribute that's formula feels more ephemeral. I'm not sure it can be taught or learned through practice, but I feel like there's value in striving nonetheless. An authentic leader is someone who inspires people to do better merely with the power of their example. My exemplar for an authentic leader is Danny. In every class, activity, or simulation, she is invariably the one we look to for direction. She is someone you could turn to when you needed a difficult concept made digestible. Her mind is formidable, but it's her humor, humanity, curiosity, and genuine compassion for everyone that makes her the kind of person you want to listen to and follow. With much dedication and a little luck, maybe someday I could be half the nurse she'll be. I learned the concepts and theories of nursing from our professors, and I'm forever grateful for their diligence and generosity of spirit. But it's my peers, all of you, who taught me about the heart of nursing, and I will carry those lessons with me forever. Thank you. In the words of Florence Nightingale, I think one's feelings wasted themselves in words. They ought to be distilled into action and into actions that bring results. So let's get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Bree. It's my pleasure to introduce Leah Provost. Leah graduated from KVCC in 2009 and worked in her hometown at Reddington Fairview General Hospital, where she is still employed today. While working full-time, she completed her BSN from the University of Maine at Fort Kent in 2011 and her MSN with a focus on nursing education in 2015. Leah has worked in many settings, including med-surg, special care unit, emergency department, cardiac stress testing, and currently surgical services. In 2017, Leah returned to KVC as a nursing faculty member, and in 2023, she made the decision to return to nurse practitioner school and complete her degree in April of 2024, specializing in psychiatry. She is eager to begin her new journey as an advanced practice role. Leah is married, has 2 kitties and a dog, Zena. She resides in Skowhegan and enjoys snowmobiling in the winter and lounging in her favorite spot in Maine, Pleasant Pond. Let's welcome Leah.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Anne. Good evening, graduates, family, friends, nursing faculty, and administration. It is with great honor that I was asked to be the guest speaker for the 2024 nursing pinning ceremony. I had the pleasure of getting to know all of the 2024 graduates sitting in this audience tonight. In fact, I was the first to meet them all on a warm summer night in June, several months before the start of their nursing program journey. I can recall the look of apprehension, fear, and excitement that evening as I introduced the KVCC nursing program. I now have the pleasure to see you all sitting in front of me, looking very sharp, and knowing that you are well prepared for the next chapter of your journey. As Anne stated, I too am a graduate of Kennebec Valley Community College nursing program in the class of 2009. Returning to KVCC as a nursing faculty member was truly a humbling experience, as I had the opportunity to return to my roots and continue the legacy of preparing outstanding registered nurses. This year, 2024, I am celebrating 15 years of nursing practice. In those 15 years, I have learned a lot of lessons. Lessons from mistakes, lessons about birth, about death, and about human nature. Tonight, I would like to share with you 15 lessons that I have learned throughout my career as a registered nurse. Don't fret, this won't take all night, I promise. You have a lot of celebrating to do with your family and friends. So let's begin. Lesson number 1. I learned very quickly that as a healthcare professional and a human being, that we don't know everything, unfortunately. It's okay to not know everything, and I learned that as a brand new baby nurse. I found myself saying this phrase often, I don't know the answer to that, but I will find out. And to be honest, I still use that phrase every day as an RN. It's okay to not know the answer, and it's okay to share that you don't know the answer. Find the answer, okay? You have resources, you have textbooks, you have mentors on your unit. Look for the answer. Lesson number 2, institute boundaries. Again, as a brand new baby nurse, I found boundaries to be exceptionally difficult. I often could be overheard saying, sure, I can pick up Saturday, or yes, I would love to stay and cover a few more hours, or sure, what's one more admission today? No problem. However, it did not take me long to realize that boundaries are not just life-saving for the patient, but for myself and for you. Truth be told, burnout is real, and I'm telling you, you do not want to fall victim to it. Advice: say no when you want to say no, and say yes when you want to say yes. It is okay to have a work-life balance. In fact, you will be a much better nurse because of it. Lesson number 3, respect your elders. Living in Maine, healthcare professionals are faced with caring for the greatest population of patients over the age of 65 in this country. Let's face it, they know more than you. Unless, of course, you are 65 and practicing as a nurse, and if you are, thank you. I challenge you to use their wisdom and life experiences to foster a caring and therapeutic relationship. You will learn, and they will find comfort. It's a win-win situation for all. Lesson number 4, to segue off the previous lesson, age is just a number. Do not let your age determine your experiences or your opportunities. I've had many students say to me, I'm too old to do this program, or I'm too old to be a nurse. That's not true. Nobody believes that but you. Please, change your mindset, and you will find pathways that open up. Lesson number 5. See, they're going fast, I promised. Take your vacations. I don't care if you're taking a trip to Aruba or sitting on the couch for a full week. Step away from nurse life and take time for your personal life. Remember lesson number 2, boundaries? Vacations are just an example of a boundary. Vacation time is part of your salary. It's part of your compensation. You deserve vacation time just as much as you deserve pay and health benefits. Lesson number 6, try new things. I am the queen of this lesson, and I'm proud of that because my persistence to try new things have allowed me to gain experiences that have made me a better nurse and a better person. Change is okay. Do not let somebody shame you out of trying something new. Also, do not let somebody shame you if it didn't work out. Part of living is learning. Lesson number 7, mistakes bring growth. I love to share a story of when I was a newly graduated registered nurse. I'd been working on a medical surgical floor for about 3 months, and I'd made my first med error. When I went to my assistant manager for support and debriefing, she laughed and said, "Leah, it's not your first med error." I share this with you because you will make mistakes. It's inevitable. We're human beings. Try your best, be accountable, and move on. Lesson number 8, it's not your tragedy. This is a tough one. Working in the emergency department or really any other nursing department, you see a lot of terrible things. There's heartache, despair, suffrage, and sometimes death. A wise nurse to me once said, "It's okay to be sad, but remember, it's not your tragedy. When bad events happen, remember, this is somebody else's family, friend, coworker. Right now, it's not yours." You may learn from the experience, you may have emotion from the experience, but you cannot hold on to it. That wise nurse became a mentor to me and to many other nurses whom I still work with. She validated my concerns, but was brave enough to be realistic during a time that I felt vulnerable. Remember, we are only a small piece of somebody's journey. We're not their entire journey, nor should we be. Lesson number 9 and 10 go together. It's a twofer. So, number 9, silence is powerful. Number 10, listen. Just use your ears. A dear friend of mine was watching her best friend pass away from cancer several years ago. She said to me, "I don't know what to say. Everything I say seems wrong. I'm trying to fill the room with words, asking, 'How was your day? Wow, the weather's really bad, huh? Are you having pain? Are you eating? Are you drinking?' My only advice to her was, say nothing. Don't ask all those questions. Silence is okay. Sit with the silence. In fact, sometimes silence allows and creates space for that affected person to disclose how they truly feel. And I'll share the same advice with you. Listen and allow the silence to occur. Lesson number 11, be present. We are all guilty of not being truly present in the moment. Life is busy, work is busy, and nurse life is busy. When you start working as a nurse, I promise, you will be thinking of a million things that you have to complete during your shift. And of course, those things are all important. But what about the person sitting right in front of you? They are important too. Give them a moment of your time, being completely and authentically present. It will change the way you practice nursing. A very wise nursing department chair said to me, "Nursing is a combination of science and art. The art of nursing is care and compassion. You must use both, science and art, to be a truly outstanding registered nurse." Lesson number 12, and this is not a joke, find a therapist now. Don't wait until a crisis happens in your life. Find one now, establish a working relationship with them. I promise you it will be money well spent. Therapy is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of power. The ability to debrief with a trained professional will only allow you to avoid burnout, and be your true, authentic, genuine self. Lesson 13, align with your values. Take some time to identify your value system. Our values are formed in many ways, from childhood experiences to friendships, cultural norms. To help avoid ethical conflict, you must know your values. It will help you throughout your nursing journey. Lesson 14, please respect nursing students. I put this one towards the end because I know you would appreciate that. Don't forget where you came from. Please don't forget your starting point, because everybody has a starting point. Teach the next generation just as people have taught you, with kindness, compassion, and care. Just as you would care for your patients, do that with your nursing students. Remember your first day of clinical? Keep that in the forefront, and you will always be able to provide respectful care to nursing students. Remember, we need nurses, and we need good ones, so be a role model for them. All right, here it is, lesson 15. This is my final one. Remember, and no, I did not quote this. Now and then, it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. Now and then, it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. You've worked really hard, and now it is your time to spend with your family and your friends celebrating. Do that. I once read that quote, I'll never forget it, and I hope that you remember it as well. So, to conclude, enjoy the ride, have fun, and do the best you can, because that's all you can do every day. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I'm incredibly proud of your accomplishments, and you should be too.
Yes. We're going to call the graduates up to do their pinning now.
Audra C. Anderson, pinned by Matthew Anderson. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you, Daniel, Reese, and Winter, for your patience when I could not be there, and for being my guinea pigs for practice assessments these last 2 years. Thank you, Mom, for your endless support and encouragement. Dad, Harry, Lisa, Kay, I hope you can see me now. I could not have completed this journey on my own, and you cannot be an island in nursing, that is for sure. I cannot thank my village enough, including my wonderful classmates who made school more than bearable, but actually enjoyable. I'll fondly remember you always.
Morgan Bayruther Philbrick, pinned by Cooper Philbrick with the assistance of John Philbrick. Huge thanks to my village who made this all happen with me, family, friends, classmates, and instructors. I hope my boys will one day see how they motivated me to finish this and do the same with their goals. I'm forever grateful for everything my husband has done to make this possible for us as a family. It was probably harder on him than me, but not once did he complain the way us nursing students do. Looking forward to a travel nursing assignment on a beach in the Keys or skiing in Tahoe with the three of them soon.
Anna Bell, pinned by Jason Bell. One more career, another door that opens a new adventure. I thank God for allowing me to travel about 100,000 miles uneventfully, and my loving husband who gave me a very comfortable car to do that. I am thankful to the brave women like my grandma, a doctor in pulmonology, and my mother, a doctor in biology, who instilled in me the passion for learning, caring for others, and above all, the spirit of adventure. I am also thankful to my family who cheered me on from afar, my friends, and my boss who was very supportive and accommodating throughout this endeavor.
Heather Benner, pinned by Abigail Barter. First, thank you to my uncle and his wife Danica for helping me so much these last few months. Very much appreciated. Big shout out to Liv, our weekly study sessions, and of course our Red Bull addiction. Definitely wouldn't have made it this semester without you. And lastly, to the random girl who sat next to me on the first day of class, Abby, my bestie for the rest.
Cole Bitgood, pinned by Bree Bitgood. Thank you to everyone who supported me in the experience that is nursing school. To my wife, it feels like we are graduating together. Your knowledge of Pure Wicks and meds is impressive and hilarious. I am forever thankful for you. To my family and friends, thank you. When I missed events, holidays, or family dinners, you understood and always sent home leftovers. It's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun.
Cassandra Chase, pinned by Kaylin Chase. I would like to thank my family and friends for your continuous support over the last 2 years. To Dwayne and Beth, you spent countless hours and drove hundreds of miles to be there for Kay when I couldn't be, and I wouldn't be here today without the sacrifices you made. To my husband Brad, thank you for always supporting me and believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself. To my daughter Kaylin, I hope my hard work and determination is an example to you that if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
Brooklyn and Lewis Chacon, pinned by Erlyn Lewis. I could write volumes about the people in my life who helped me through these last 2 years, and that would still not even scrape the surface of my gratitude and appreciation. My dad, sisters, nieces, and nephews, partner, friends, family, peers, and faculty, thank you endlessly. To myself, you did it just like you always do. Lastly, a special thank you to the loves of my life, my dogs Lucy and Moose. I know you're not here and can't understand words, but I know you understand treats and toys, and you're about to get a lot of them.
Olivia Renee Clow, pinned by Jennifer Clow. I'd like to thank my family and friends for believing in me and supporting me the last 2 years. It's been a long and demanding road, and I'm so thankful for your endless encouragement. I'd also like to thank my fellow nursing students who inspired me every day to keep going. They've suffered alongside me the past 2 years, and I wouldn't be standing in front of you all today without such a great support system. Finally, to my younger sister starting nursing this fall, don't give up. I believe in you. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Isabella Pearl Emerson, pinned by Noah Wood. I want to thank my boyfriend Noah for acting interested as I am describing something utterly disgusting that I got to witness at clinical that's probably only cool to a nursing student. I want to thank my mom, my nana, and my relatives for being supportive during this crazy journey. Shout out to Cassandra for always saying whatever I am thinking, and Michaela Furland for signing up for another 2 years of nursing school with me. Finally, Jordan and Corin.
Go Team Suppository!
Just wanted Janelle to say that one more time.
Michaela Antoinette Furland, pinned by Paulette Furland, RN. I want to thank my mom and dad for providing me with the resources needed to succeed, for a home, guidance, support, and love. Thank you, Gage, for being a listening ear and big support. Thank you, fellow friends and peers who have decided to continue their education beyond KVCC with me. Lastly, I want to thank myself for persevering. I frequently think of what my future self would want to be like. I can say I'm proud of what my past self has committed and sacrificed to become the person I am now.
Brianne Foking, pinned by John Morin. Thank you to my dad, who taught me compassion is a verb, and my mom, who showed me the power of a servant's heart. My kids, Leaf, your curiosity and tenderness inspires me daily. I want to be just like you when I grow up. Soren, you are kind, helpful, and your snuggles are the best medicine. My Lubird, you are fierce, sweet, and have grit for days. Thank you for teaching me we can do hard things. And Daniel, the tirelessness with which you care for our family is the foundation of everything good. Love you so much.
Corin N. Gagan, pinned by Maureen McDonough, LPN. I would like to thank my boyfriend Alex for supporting me throughout this entire journey. You have been my rock, while I have been working and studying. Sorry you won't have the weekends to yourself to watch unlimited football this fall. Mom, your love and encouragement has lifted me through every challenge. To my family and friends, your belief in me has been a guiding light. Thank you to all the friends I have made during these past 2 years. You guys are truly the best.
Jake Hanstein, pinned by Bobby Hanstein. My man, Winnie Churchill eloquently said it best. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Thank you to those who hung in with my stumbling, those who steadied my fumbling. Thank you to those who lit the way, those who didn't let me stray. I was not always the easiest to corral. I am a Pisces after all. I did not see the forest for the trees, and now I am jubilant to see all the leaves. Never forget your roots, they say. I am so thankful to remember every day.
Nicole Heath, pinned by Jody Heath. There are many people I would like to thank from my workplace, Educare, and KVCC. Thank you all for the support. Thank you to my loving parents and siblings for always being there for me. Special thank you to John. I appreciate you so much for helping me every step of the way. Thank you to my children. You motivate me to succeed. I am so happy you all can watch me graduate.
Nicole Marie Kennedy, pinned by Stephen Kennedy. I want to thank God for always guiding me and for putting such wonderful people in my life. Mom and Dad, thank you for raising me, for all your sacrifices, and for teaching me the value of hard work. I've learned that it takes a village to put a student through nursing school. Each person I have invited here means so much to me and has helped me get through the past 2 years. Thank you for all the humor, comfort, advice, free meals, and for donating your bodies for assessment purposes. I love you all.
Caitlin M. LaPlante, pinned by Tyler LaPlante. I would like to thank my family. Without your encouragement and support, I would never be where I am today. And most of all, thank you to my husband. I couldn't have done this without you and all your support. You have helped make my dreams a reality. Words cannot express my gratitude and love for my family and friends who have given me endless support.
Catherine McHugh, pinned by Kella River. Your unwavering support throughout my nursing school journey has been such a blessing. I appreciate the understanding you showed when I didn't answer texts or make plans, and recognize that I wasn't ghosting you, but was just trying to survive exam season. Thank you for the unconditional encouragement and the reassurance you had for me throughout these 2 years, and for believing in me even when there were times I struggled to believe in myself. I truly could not have done it without you all, and I am so happy you are here with me today to celebrate.
Ashley McSwain, pinned by Susan McLeod, RN. First, I want to thank my husband, children, family, and friends. I am grateful for the support you have always shown me. Arthur Bob Proctor once said, "A mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps bring it out of you." For me, Susan McLeod is this person. She motivated me to pursue my nursing career and every day inspires me to strive for my fullest potential. The impact Sue has made in my life is invaluable. I hope someday to be the same mentor for future RNs.
Megan Mishu, pinned by Nathan Mishu. I want to thank my husband for his unwavering emotional support and advocacy, my dad for always standing by me before I could even walk, and my family and friends for believing in me. To my bonus daughter, thank you for your patience and support. Shout out to the family cat for the stress-relieving snuggles, and lastly to my fellow 2024 nursing grads. Thank you for unforgettable friendships, laughter, and support through this emotional roller coaster we call nursing school.
Jordan Mitchell, pinned by Emily Mitchell. Emily, my favorite person in the whole world. You've put so much on hold to support me and my goals these last few years. You make my life better every moment you're in it. Bella and Corin, my team suppository sisters for life. Such incredible friends through every lecture and the many clinicals we had together. I could always count on you for the Kenergy I needed to succeed. The Belfast brunch, Bree and Danny, you're wonderful. My only regret is not joining those study sessions earlier. To all my classmates, thank you. I wouldn't have succeeded without you all.
Adriana Morley, pinned by Chris Morley. I want to thank everyone I invited here today for the endless guidance and support that has pushed me to persevere through one of the hardest chapters of my life. Thank you to my sisters for putting up with me during these stressful couple of years. I'm sure you won't miss me yelling at you to quiet down because I'm studying. Most of all, I want to thank my parents for believing in me and staying by my side despite life's obstacles. Lastly, I thank myself for not giving up. As Eminem says, success is my only option, failure's not.
Brittany Noble, pinned by Brian Williams. I would like to thank my instructors and peers. I never would have gotten here without them. Next, I would like to thank my family. They have been supportive through the process and have been understanding when I had to choose studying first. My partner, Brian, has been my rock. When I struggled, he got me through it. His confidence in my ability and his support helped me push through. Lastly, I want to thank Emma for being my reason, my favorite NICU baby. You are the reason I chose this field. Thank you everyone for your support.
Ashley Newhigh, pinned by Raheem Newhigh. A great nurse once said, "Be where your feet are." With that, I want to first thank my classmates who shared this journey with me. My sister Lindsay for always being one call away, my sister-in-law Nita for my motivation, my parents for believing in me, and to everyone else who encouraged me to succeed. To my daughter Hannah, who had to adapt to my intense schedule, and most of all to my husband Raheem, who was there for the good days and the bad, and who kept my feet in place throughout.
Courtney Therese Payne, pinned by Wendy Payne, RN. I want to thank everyone who has supported me through these 2 years. My mother and my aunt inspired me to enter this profession, and for that I am grateful to the both of them. I feel fortunate to have witnessed such examples of what it means to be a caring individual, one who nurses. My mother's words of encouragement during this era of my life will follow me for trying times in the future. To all my family and friends, thank you, and I love you dearly.
Lainey J. Porter, pinned by Hayden Norris. I want to say thank you to my family, friends, and peers. The support I have received throughout this journey has been incredible. Some people have played a big part, some have played a small part, but everyone has been important and appreciated. I want to extend a special thank you to my parents for their continued encouragement and to my fiance for all his support.
Michaela Lynn Ramsdell, pinned by Aliana Ramsdell. I want to thank my family, friends, peers, and the faculty for the never-ending support and encouragement throughout this journey. To my daughters for their patience and understanding with my studies, even when they didn't like it. To my parents for always supporting me and pushing me to be the best version of myself. And to my fiance for his unwavering support, and of course for playing Mr. Mom most days. And Mom, sorry that I was ever disgusted with your love for blood, gore, organs, and nursey talk when I was a child. Sincerely, your wound-loving, soon-to-be RN daughter.
Lindsay M. Raven, pinned by Colin Babbitt. Thank you to my fiance, Colin, for your unwavering support and unconditional love. I couldn't have made it this far without you. To Gabriel, my little cheerleader and hype man, thank you for your understanding of my journey. To my Nana, who has been there for me in more ways than I can count. Thank you for showing me what resilience looks like. To my parents who have made me who I am and who taught me to keep getting up when I fall.
Catherine Reed, pinned by Cheryl Batchelder, RN. Today marks the start of a dream that I never thought I was strong enough to achieve. I owe this to the amazing teachers, the support I have had from classmates, especially Ashley. From us being lost on orientation day until the end, you have been my rock. To my mother, I could never thank you enough for your sacrifices. To Kaylin, my oldest, for stepping up in ways you shouldn't have to. Stella, for understanding I did not have the time to color. And in the words of my son Gavin, at least we won't be poor anymore.
Olivia Socher, pinned by Stacy Socher. Thank you to my friends and family for supporting me through this journey. Even though you were subjected to learning gross medical facts I found interesting, being my test dummies, study partners, and my proofreaders, you never complained. I, on the other hand, complained the whole time, so I couldn't do this without your support. Although the real MVPs are Ben and Jerry.
Madeline Schrader, pinned by Olivia Schrader. I would like to thank my family for supporting my dream of one day being a nurse. I'd like to thank my parents for their love, support, and willingness to be guinea pigs while I learned new skills. Thank you to my sister Olivia for going through this traumatic experience by my side. I truly couldn't have done it without you. You pushed me when I needed it, and you motivated me more than you know. Plus, you helped me with concept maps. You are an academic weapon, and I love you.
Danielle Scanlon, pinned by Jeff Butler. My mom, thank you for coming to watch the boys and matching all of our socks for the past 2 years. I want to thank my beautiful boys, Quinn, Liam, and Aiden, for being incredibly understanding when I wasn't able to read all the stories and for always cheering me on. Most importantly, I want to thank my incredible husband, Jeff, for your unwavering belief in me, even when I didn't believe in myself, for your compassion and your love. Without you, none of this would be possible. Lastly, Bree, without our therapeutic laughter, I would not be waddling up here today.
Olivia Schrader, pinned by Madeline Schrader. Thank you to my parents for supporting and cheering me on throughout nursing school. And an even bigger thank you goes to my sister Maddie. Going through nursing school with my big sister has been a dream of ours for as long as we can remember. I'll forever cherish our study sessions, from in the car crying, from laughter at 4 a.m. the day of our first final, to studying on beaches in different states. You made nursing school exciting and inspiring. I hope to be half the nurse that I know you will be. I'm so proud of us for accomplishing our goals. We did it.
Okay, it's now time in the program for the lighting of the candles, which is going to be facilitated with Stephanie Hodgkin and Sarah Reed.
Beautiful. At this time, I'd like to ask any nurses in our audience tonight to please rise. Thank you. Graduates, please, with me, we will recite a modern Nightingale pledge. I pledge myself here in the presence of this assembly to practice my profession with integrity. I will endeavor to maintain and elevate the standard of nursing, both as a science and as an art. I wholeheartedly recognize the importance of high standards of care and of personal accountability. I devote myself to the healing, protection, and welfare of those committed to my care. I accept a duty to work for the improvement of health in the communities in which I live and work. I will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping and will respect the privacy of medical information. I will act with compassion in ethical matters. I will not knowingly administer or consume any harmful substance. I commit to interdisciplinary collaboration and lifelong learning. I fully acknowledge the seriousness of the responsibility that I accept in my calling and the significance of this pledge that I take today. Thank you all so much. Happy Nurses Week.
Slow and go. We want to thank you all for coming. That concludes our official service. We invite you to join for some light refreshments in the back, and I do believe the grads are going to do some pictures up here on the stage. So if you can, visit with your family for a few minutes and then meet to do that with a photographer, we'd appreciate it. Again, thank you all so much for coming.